The first Jassy Kishinev offensive, named after the two major cities in the area, was fought between the 8th of April and the 6th of June 1944 by the Soviets and Axis powers of World War II. The offensive was actually a coordinated invasion of Romania conducted by Red Army's 2nd and 3rd Ukrainian fronts, in accordance with Joseph Stalin's strategy of projecting Soviet military power and political influence into the Balkans. According to the plans of the main command of the Soviet military, the two Soviet fronts would cut off vital Axis defensive lines in northern Romania, facilitating a subsequent advance by the Red Army into the entire Balkan region. The Soviet attack commenced with the First Battle of Târgu Frumos and the Battle of Poduiloaia, and culminated with the Second Battle of Târgu Frumos. Soviet forces failed to overcome German defenses in the region, and the offensive operation ultimately failed, mainly due to the poor combat performance of Soviet troops and the effectiveness of German defensive preparations. According to an American source, this operation is one of the battles largely ignored by Soviet archival records and historiography. During the almost 60 years since the end of World War II, Soviet and Russian military historians and theorists have carefully erased from the historical record any mention of the 2nd and 3rd Ukrainian Front's first IASI Kishinev offensive, during which the Red Army's two fronts attempted to invade Romania in April and May 1944. Planning. On 5 March 1944, Colonel General Ivan Konev, commander of the 2nd Ukrainian Front, commenced the Uman-Botozani offensive operation in the Ukraine. This operation succeeded in separating Army Group South's 1st Panzer Army from 8th Army by 17 March. By early April, Soviet units approached the Romanian border. Starting with early April 1944, Stauka ordered the 2nd and 3rd Ukrainian fronts to mount a major offensive with strategic implications in western Romania. Stauka's strategic intentions were to break German and Romanian strategic defenses in northern Romania. By 5 April, Konev's front had crossed the upper reaches of Dniester and Prut rivers, captured Khortyne and Doroi, and approached Târgu Frumos and Botozani regions, 30 to 60 miles northwest of IASI, facing only light Romanian resistance. On 8 April, Konev ordered the 27th and 40th Armies to conduct a coordinated offensive southward along the Târgu Frumos axis, in close cooperation with Semen Bogdanov's 2nd Tank Army, while Konev's shock group was advancing toward Târgu Frumos. Konstantin Korotev's 52nd Army and elements of Andrei Gravchenko's 6th Tank Army, which were operating north of IASI, were conducting operations alongside the IASI axis in order to support Konev's main effort. As Konev's armies prepared to launch their offensive toward Târgu Frumos, Otto Woller's 8th Army was involved in the heavy fighting taking place in and around the village of Popricani, 9 miles north of IASI, where two Soviet corps were fighting with armored Kampfgruppen, distracting the Germans' attentions and forces away from the critical Târgu Frumos sector. Exploiting the 52nd Army diversionary operations in the IASI region, the three armies of Konev's shock group began advancing southward early in the morning of 8 April. Konev's army's initial mission was to reach Târgu Frumos, Piscana, and Târgu Neamt regions, 30 to 60 miles west of IASI, and capture the three towns from their Romanian defenders by surprise. While three divisions of 51st Rifle Corps were ordered to press southward toward Piscana, another two rifle divisions were protecting their advance in the region north and northwest of Târgu Neamt. Further to the east, 7 rifle divisions assigned to 35th Guards and 33rd Rifle Corps of 27th Army would advance southeastward along the Prut starting on 7 April, forcing the Romanian 8th Infantry Division to retreat toward Arlor, 17 miles north of Târgu Frumos. Meanwhile, another two divisions, a 33rd Rifle Corps joined by two corps of the 2nd Tank Army, would press the Romanian 7th Infantry Division back toward Targu. From those